And welcome back. All right, you've probably heard the phrase, trust your gut.
Yes.
But that can be hard to do sometimes.
Very hard to do.
Yes. Luckily, we have someone joining us now who can help.
Yes, she goes deep on this. She's an intuitive life and leadership coach who is here to share some tips on how we can look inside ourselves for those answers that you're searching for. So we want to welcome now the author of her first and newest book, Higher Self, Mory Fontanez. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
Congrats on the book, too.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Was it a long time coming?
It took about 2 years to really manifest it into a tangible form. So it's nice to be able to hold it and to hear people just DM me and say, this is changing my life, has been so fulfilling.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
we want to give some of these great tips that are in your book to our viewers, starting with the reactivity that we might feel in life and going beyond that. How do we do that? How do we go from that overwhelming feeling to looking inside? It's an inner agency, as you call it?
Yeah, your inner wisdom, really. You know, I think that it starts with learning to take pause and learning to discern between the fear and the anxiety and this part of you that you actually really know it's there because it's been with you from the very beginning, that knowing well of wisdom that's within us. And that part of us speaks to us when we are silent in our minds. And so it's really important. I always tell people that the tool that you can use to really start to listen to your intuition is discernment from your fear voice and learning to tell the difference between the two thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to need some tips on learning how to tell.
How do we do that?
How do we get there?
Yeah.
I know.
Sure.
Like, okay, but then how?
Yeah.
But also, what happens to our body when we are constantly in a fear and a stress mode?
Yeah, well, any scientist or doctor will tell you that when our nervous system is activated by stress, we are in fight or flight. And we were not meant as a species to live in fight or flight. It was meant to be something we did to run away from the predator and then calm back down. Now we can't really activate that part of ourselves because we're inundated by noise and fear messages constantly. And so when you're in fight or flight like that, you lose the opportunity to see the perspective of what's possible from a place of clarity and trust in yourself and also in what you want. Our desires are such intelligent indicators of our purpose and what we're supposed to do in life. But when you're constantly in fight or flight, you don't get to really listen to any of those signals.
Yeah, I feel like that goes back to the reactivity. You're just trying to react to everything that's being thrown at you. How do you start this revolution, the self-trust revolution, where we can go inward and believe in what you're hearing from your inner self? Yeah,
believe that you have the wisdom within you to know what to do next at all times. And that you don't need anyone's permission, and that no one knows better than you what is in your highest good. And that sounds simple, but we've actually been indoctrinated and trained to believe the opposite. We've been trained to believe that wisdom is external. You know, even if you're asking people for opinions about a decision you're going to make, that's one clue that that training is kicking in, that somehow this person knows better than I do. So the self-trust revolution is about, no, I have the answers within me, and I'm going to trust those answers as they come up.
Yeah, that's a good point. It has me thinking about children, because we often tell them what to do, what not to do. Don't talk to that person, do this, do that. And I'm wondering if this is something we grow into, because there's going to be a point of your life when your parents are telling you what's right and wrong.
Yes.
But at some point, when do you find this is peaking?
You're so right, and I try with my teenagers right now, the first thing I'll say to them is, what do you know in yourself about this? And then I'll sort of, you know, guide them from there, but I really try to first ask them to tune in so I can train them that you have the answers. Let's work on it.
Let's start doing that.
Start doing that.
Yeah.
Teenagers too.
And they love it. They blossom when you say that, because they're like, oh, yeah, look at Mom, she believes in me.
Okay, you go back to the word trust a lot, and you have kind of like a system for us to use. How do we go through your system here? We're seeing it.
Yeah, so I created this acronym because I felt like it is about trust. It starts with tuning in to the clarity of your intuition. That's a calm voice. It doesn't have an emotion attached to it. It's just a knowing. Then R, recognize how it's different from fear. Again, it is not going to cause an emotion. It's going to calm your body down. Fear is going to make you anxious. Then, to be compassionate to your fear self, understand what your fear is trying to do to protect you. And then just understand, it's just a protection mechanism. So that S, you can start choosing the intuitive voice over the fear voice. And then T, you take back your power from that place.
I need to apply this. I have one specific area of life. I'm going to take this and go apply it.
Good. Well, you have a roadmap.
And yes, we all can have this roadmap. Thank you, Mory, for being here. Appreciate it. You can learn more from Mory by going to her website. It's moryfontanez.com.